I'd come to Krasnodar in southern Russia, and things had got out of hand. We'd been kidnapped by a Cossack called Victor. It might not be that smart. We didn't know what he would do to us, and I was petrified. He made us drive on all afternoon. Victor said we were going to learn what Cossacks were made of. Then we reached his shop, and he got the beers out. He wanted us to drink with him and his henchmen and sing Cossack songs. It was like being cornered by the local nutters in the pub. Before becoming a grocer, Victor served in the Soviet army as a border guard. He joined the Cossacks in the late 1990s and was about to be made a colonel or ataman. Victor had been drinking solidly for the past 2 days, celebrating. This is his third pint in half an hour. The more he drank, the more he seemed to forget his previous dislike of us. It felt like we were beginning to get the upper hand.
It's wobbling. We can take it.
Okay. I'm very comfortable here. I feel very comfortable with you. I don't know. I want to tell you all my secrets. The drinking session dragged on into the evening until Victor finally passed out. But the next morning he was there waiting for us. So we went to the local Cossack headquarters to try to get him off our backs. Victor's boss insisted that we drink some moonshine. And half a bottle later, Victor took his revenge when another Cossack got the whip out.
He wants me to be whipped, but I'm not, I'm not going to be whipped. My religion forbids it. My religion forbids it. Моя религия это отказывает.
Иди, он тебе не больно. Там они очень такой горячий народ.
Well, we can whip the director. Come on, Nick. Nick, it's your on-camera moment, dude. I don't know. A lot of people want to.
Ow! Да ну, боже. О, казак, вот.
That was horrible. You just ripped the director. I can't fucking believe it.
Хотел обмануть хотел Петра Первого. И взял вина взял сладенького.
Let's just chill and read a bit of.
Marcel уже это, бухой.
I'm enough of the violence, man. Let's just read a book. Let's just read to each other.
Mein Kampf.
So last night, Victor said that he'd personally captured 2 Turks who raped a local Russian woman. And he'd captured them without the knowledge of the local police, and he was going to deal with them in his own way, i.e. give them a good beating, which he would supervise. So that was our introduction to Krasnodar. That same day, we filmed Victor's church blessing, as he was officially made an ataman. From now on, he'd have hundreds of paramilitaries under his command.
Во славу и процветание казачества. Беречь каждого казака как сына своего, направлять всех по пути добра, истины и любви Господу нашему Иисусу Христу.
I do feel like with talking to Victor, I feel like I'm talking to a Nazi, 1933. He's a self-avowed kind of Russian supremacist. He hates blacks, he hates these Turks who've wound up on his territory, and in most, if you met him in a pub in London, you'd just think he was a sort of laughable racist. He's got a uniform and a gun. How terrifying is that? Cossacks now operate as a parallel police force in these areas. They go on raids against the local Muslim population, who they accuse of harboring criminals and terrorists from neighboring Chechnya. The Cossacks see this as a return to their historic role as the protectors of Mother Russia. Their brand of religious nationalism was heresy in the old Soviet Union. Now they have 2 armed brigades in the Russian army and serve as Putin's ceremonial bodyguards. Ivan Bezugli, the commander-in-chief of the Krasnodar region, has 48,000 men under his command.
Россия была на грани распада. К кому обратились? К казачеству. И опять казачество возникло из пепла, расстрелянное, расказаченное, раскулаченное. И сегодня мы опять поднялись. Казачество сформировал 2 казачьих боеспособных полка. Оборонять и охранять наши станицы, города, хутора. Известно как. Сегодня также живем в дружбе со всеми национальностями Северного Кавказа. Хотя есть у нас вот проблема была, и сегодня еще остается с нашими, так сказать, друзьями, которые сюда заехали, хотя им тут делать нечего было, мы их сюда не приглашали, турок-месхетинцев. Они тут насиловали наших женщин, они насиловали наших детей, в том числе и мальчиков, что на Кубани никогда в казачестве это не было такого. Они размножаются, не дай бог. Вот я специально пошел в роддом. Из 10 человек 1-2 русских. Остальные все турки, там, другие национальности. От этого не уйдешь. От этого не идешь, если оно уменьшается. Если русский народ вымирает сегодня.
Finally, we escaped the attentions of the Cossacks and secretly went back to see the Meshket Turks. They first came here as refugees in the 1990s when the Soviet Union broke up, but the authorities in Krasnodar didn't want them. Jobs are denied to them, and they found it harder and harder to survive.
Наш участковый приехал, сказали, если телевидение придет, нас позовите. Соберитесь быстро, чтобы вас не видели. Нам неприятно говорить. Пускай видит, и так мучили.
Кто они, которые так?
Участковой русский здесь, местные.
Местные?
Да,
люди
нам
в формах?
Да, люди в формах, да. Торговать не дают нам, жить нормально не дают, да, сразу приходят, штраф, давайте платите, нельзя торговать.
Да. Говорят, что турков-месхетинцев ни один Краснодарского края, чтобы не остался. В Краснодарском крае ни один турков-месхетинцев. Это кубанцы место, русские должны жить.
Даже еще, Russians must live here.
У меня сестра остается. У меня мама остается.
Сколько лет жили?
Теперь, когда я американский язык знаю.
I don't want to go to America. I know this language.
It's almost like the message is that 21st century Russia does not welcome people who don't look like us. You know, that it's a very harshly nationalistic message that Russia is for the Russians and you Meshkets can go away. Once the people have entered that mindset where these aliens are living on their land and they're rapists and, you know, everything is possible, you know, it feels like the next step is concentration camps, doesn't it? It does to me, anyway. I left Krasnodar feeling that it was more like Germany in the 1930s than the Russia I expected to see in 2005. My journey then took me from the